All right, let's just a lot about leveraging the internet for personal development. We have a couple of questions we're going to like just answer, and I really believe that we're going to get so much value. So if you are with me to those points, you can unmute yourself and say hi or say anything. Just unmute yourself so that I know that you all are with me.
Hi, Mrs.
Hi.
Victoria. Good evening. Good evening, everybody.
Good evening,
Hi,
everyone.
Mrs. Good evening, everybody.
All right,
Good evening, ma'am. Good evening.
that's fine. That's fine. That's fine. All right, so this is 2 minutes of time, and let's welcome on board our most what's the word now? Our guest speaker to the floor, Miss NC. You have the floor now.
Hi, Vicky. Super stoked to be here. You said you've been watching my growth and all of that, and really, I have been seeing yours as well, and it's just beautiful to see that, we've been able to meet in front. So, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you very much. So, can you briefly introduce yourself to us, and then we'll get to the questions.
Okay. My name is Ntongha. Most people call me NT because my name is quite difficult to pronounce. I'm from Cross River State. I've been writing for about 5+ years. I think writing is more or less my safe space. I was doing that even when I was in school. I got into advertising in the year 2018, and from there I just fully went into marketing comms, and now I work with a tech startup. So I'm in tech in a way, in a non-tech role. I'm currently learning data analysis as well because I'm really huge on personal development and how like access to the internet helps you do that more or less. So I think that pretty much covers my bio.
Okay. Thank you very much. So, the first question is, how can one optimally utilize advantages of the internet for personal development? Looking at how far you've come. Both of us just simply walked away from whatever it is that was studied in school. It's like we just turned our backs, then we picked our certificate. So, how can one utilize the advantages of the internet, personal development?
Okay, one thing about the internet is that the possibilities are endless, yeah, but so are the distractions. So you hear stories about how people learned new stuff, they got jobs, they got scholarships on the internet, and you also hear the negative parts of it, how people are exposed to negative things, how like it's easier for people to have access to things that they won't have access to. I know we all heard about the Chrisland school, whatever thing. So it's like they are good and bad sides of the internet, yeah. But because just like every good thing, there will always be like negative usage as well. But for the internet, how to use the internet for your own good is basically it's a focus technique thing. So you need to focus on what you're looking to do and then channel your energies in that direction. The distractions are a lot because you may pick up your phone and say, oh, you want to like apply for a scholarship, and then the next thing you're texting someone on WhatsApp or you're scrolling through Instagram and you're distracted. It's really easy to get distracted. Yeah. But utilizing the internet for personal development means that you are able to channel your focus in a particular direction. To help with that, you could do like maybe a to-do list. You could use like alarms. I have a lot of alarms because I'm someone that could easily get distracted. So I have different alarms for different things, for meetings, to read a book, to write my list, to pray, things like that. So finding a way to channel your focus would help you maximize using the internet. So that way you're mitigating against distractions that could occur when you're using the internet. I don't know if that answers your question or if I was just rambling. Hi, are you there, Vicky? If you're if you're speaking,
Oh,
you're on mute and I
oh,
can't hear
sorry.
you.
Yeah, I was on mute. Okay, sorry about that. Sorry about that. Thank you for asking the question. And the second question is, and before I ask her the second question, in case you have any other questions, you can join the chat box so you can attend to them before we round up for the day. So the next question is, are there practical steps to this development? You already
Okay.
mentioned you use lots of alarm and all of that. Are there like extra? Like, are there like things that, let's just say, apart from the one you use, like are there other extra uh, tips you can give that can help someone to maximize income?
Okay. So in addition to using to-do list, got really different productivity hacks. Something as simple as putting your phone on DND so that you don't get like notifications that are coming in. So it helps you concentrate since you're not seeing that blinking lights, all the time. Turning off sound of notifications so that you're not distracted when you hear that sound. There's also something that I learned when I was taking a course on learning how to learn. It's called the Pomodoro technique. So it's basically 20 minutes of intense concentration on what you're doing. So it's like you're doing it in short sprints as opposed to maybe 1 hour straight learning or 2 hours straight learning. So 20 minutes of focused learning and you take a short break, then you go back, give it like under 20 minutes. So it helps you focus for a while, and then like also gives you that space to distress in a sense, so you can get back to the actual process of learning. So I think that these are hacks that would help you focus enough to utilize the possibilities of the internet.
Oh, oh. This is like really great because I can really attest to this 20 minutes thing. I didn't even know that there was like something like a word for it, because personally I have like tons of things that are coming at the same time, notifications, people asking questions, and I'm like, how do I get one thing done at a time and actually achieve that thing for that day? So that 20 minutes hack it really works. Yeah, I can attest to it. I can really, really attest
Yeah,
to it.
life
So
can
next
get
question is,
overwhelming like that.
yeah, very well, overwhelming. So next question is, are there websites you can recommend that can help one achieve their desired goals, where people can go and learn stuff?
Yes,
Yeah, well,
I've always been a huge advocate of communities. Yeah. So I know because I'm in the marketing space, I'm in a bunch of different communities that help with like achieving growth. I think the first community I ever joined was DigiClan. That's for digital marketers, but basically it's for anyone in the marketing space. So being in communities, like DigiClan, Growth Hack Academy, the faculty. Some are quite closed, while some are open to all members of the public. Digital Africa is open to all members of the public. And then there are courses that you can take, things on sites like Coursera, Udemy, Udacity, Product Marketing Alliance, Data Camp. So there are different websites that are like dedicated to helping people learn. Not all courses are usually free, but on Coursera, you can audit a course. So auditing a course means that you can learn it, but you won't get the certificate until you pay. And in the world that we are currently in, most people do not really care about certification. They care that you know what you're doing. So with Coursera, you can audit a course and learn. So it helps you even if you don't have money to pay for it. In the like at that particular time.
yeah. Okay, that's great. That's really, really great. All right. This question is, the internet world is an ever dynamic one. Is there a way someone can adopt a personal hack? So as not this. Okay, I think you've addressed this question. Yeah, you've addressed this question. So please let's drop our question just because you have anyone. People thrive on setting negative trends to amass followers, which enable them to clinch the status of an influencer on social media space. is there any way one can add value without necessarily showing the part of negativity?
Okay, a way to do this would be to grow organic. So growing organically means that you're someone who adds value to people. When I joined Twitter around 2011, 2012, the people that we call influencers now, the people that used to make us laugh. So every time we go to their tweets, like, and their humor was laced with this kind of intelligence that you know that this person is smart. Do you get? But nowadays I don't really consider most of the people that we see on Twitter as influencers. I consider them amplifiers. So even if I want to use them for a campaign, I'm just using them as noisemakers, not like necessarily because they can influence the mindsets of people. So for you to get to that place where you're an influencer without being someone that's posting maybe about sex or porn related sites or just insulting people or just brewing trouble all the time, the best way to do that is to grow organic, share your story, add value to people, whatever it is you're doing. You don't even have to be like an expert in your field. Do you get? Because you find that on social media you meet people who are going the same journey with you, and by sharing your process you may be helping someone, and in doing that people tend to aggregate towards you because you're somebody that they can relate to. So growing organically, building in public is a way to get to that point without necessarily towing a negative path. It may take a while, but it's worth it in the end because you have a community of people that listen to you and are not just following you because you are maybe, what's the word for people that, or that like how to give people mass buzz or something like that. So take your time, grow organic, add value, be that person that adds value, be a thought leader, or just be someone who is open to sharing their journey with the people that follow them, and more people will just come to you.
Okay, yeah, this really brings us back to the whole value, the value word, and it's like it should be told, Like there's so many noise like outside there, and it seems like people are no longer going for value; they're going for the noise. But the thing is, value is killer. I've seen being as someone that's been in this crypto space for a while. You've seen projects that just maybe grew out of just the hype or whatever. They just fade away immediately when the hype fades away. But when you grow something, when you grow it naturally, you're going to last. Because people for a long time probably remember, oh, it was when I was part of this community or I joined this that this became better for me, and or people always trace everything back to that process. So that's a great one. Thank you. Next one is as a novice, I mean as someone that has no idea about internet stuff, how do I start? Like,
okay. For someone who has no idea what to do, my advice would be to find the path you want to take and then shadow people in that space. So if you're someone who is interested in writing but you don't know maybe how to go about making money on the internet, social media has made it such that people are sharing their stories, and from their stories, from what they put out, what field this person is. Like in marketing, for instance, apart from following communities, there are specific people that you see them tweet about marketing tips, about hacks and all. So it just takes us back to the previous question. These people that are building and growing organically, that are sharing their journey, you can shadow those people because that's especially if they are on the same path as you are. So you're learning from their experiences, you're gleaning gems from the stories that they are sharing, and it helps you know what to do, how to navigate the road of the internet, more or less.
Okay. Thank you very much. Thank you. Because in addition to what you just said, or let's just say support of what you just said. I learned very, let's say, after I left school, 2016, I found out that one way to learn is by observation. You know, if you
Yes.
observe people that are in the same path with you can learn a lot. Like you can learn, especially if you have interest. Usually, when you are forcing someone to learn a particular thing, they don't have interest, so they might not learn anything, or they might just not learn enough. So,
Yeah.
but observing people, yeah, in that same path that you're on would really go a long way. It save you, and then just like communities too, communities give you the chance to ask questions.
Yeah.
To ask questions, those leaders can answer you, or anyone in the community can answer you, and just learn a lot for free. For free. If
Yeah.
if you're really really let's say interested, you might learn a lot without paying any dime. Just spend your time learning those stuff. So yeah,
Yeah.
total again. Okay, so the last question from our list: share your personal development experience with the internet. You know, how did you do that?
Where do I start from? I've had like different stories for personal development. But I think two that stand out for me would be last year, early last year, I applied for a scholarship, a Product Marketing Alliance scholarship. When I was applying for it, I didn't think it was something I was going to get into, because they only like used to pick like 25 people from all around the world for that scholarship, because I think the course itself is around $100-200 or so. But I applied for that and I just left it one side. And in March, I think I got an email that said I had been accepted for the scholarship. And that was a big deal for me, because it was a sector I was trying to break into. It's still like part of marketing, but product marketing is more global than just, say, traditional marketing, So that was really exciting for me, because I got to learn from like global VPs of marketing in different companies. I got to meet people that were working in different companies. There was like one of my classmates that was working at Spotify, which is where I would really like to work in at some point in my life. But it was just a really, like, to me, it just showed the possibilities that could happen from just being on the internet, the like exposure it gives you. And the second one will be when I applied for a data analytics scholarship with Ingressive for Good. I've never been a math like a math person generally, but at work, at my former place of employment, my team lead then, who surprisingly is my team lead now, where I currently work as well, used to force me to do data analysis with Excel. I didn't like it, but because he was always so particular about it, I tried to take an Excel course. And it got to a point where he was leaving the basic Excel things for me to do. So when I saw this scholarship, I was like, okay, great, let me just apply. Maybe I'll get, maybe not, maybe I'll learn something, anywhere belle face. So I applied and I got in, and it was really exciting for me, because this went beyond Excel. I've had to learn to use SQL, and I'm seeing that me that used to run away from coding before, I'm now doing like basic coding using like SQL. And it's just really amazing how I can look back and then look to this very moment and see how much I've grown just because I had access to the internet. So I think those are the two that stand out for me, really, because they've helped me like gain skills that I could put into use at my place of employ.
Wow, 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 wow. Thank you for that story. Like for me, yeah, from personally, it's inspiring because I'm also someone who have similar experience with the internet and all. So one of the things that these days, like I have to, like sit down. It was like combined learning from different sources, and then wow, that's an amazing one. That's an amazing one. Okay, do you have any other questions to ask her? Our highly esteemed guest speaker today. Okay, we don't have any questions. We don't have any questions. That's fine. That's fine. Thank you for the past 2 minutes. It was really for me, like it's an encouragement for me, you know, to say there's a lot of where the teacher is like a gold mine. Of course,
Yeah.
like you said at the beginning, there are tons of distractions also. If you allow yourself, you will get the values there. And then, there's this mindset that's out there, like you have to make it today, you have to make it like tomorrow. Yes, no, you have to
Yeah.
keep up your goals to make it. And it's because of the message that, our same industry, they are passing. They are passing literally every day. It's not, but the thing is, there's still a place for process.
Yeah.
There's a place for
True.
process. You just have to, pick, join something, start pick from somewhere, start learning. Like for that question, that last question that she just answered, just face just pick something and start learning it. You can't be on the same thing for 3 months and not be familiar with it, or 6 months and not be familiar with it. Don't be in a rush to be like be like our guest speaker now. This we're talking about years of, yeah. You don't want to get every result in 1 month. People that are earning a lot of money came from a place of, like, you came from a place of experience. They're earning that money because of the experience they've gathered over the years. So build yours. And just encouraging us so much to focus on personal development, because you definitely see the results. It might not be as
Yeah,
smooth,
that's true.
like rough now, yeah, but then surely you get the results. So on that note, thank you very much, NC. Really, I really appreciate this. Like, I'm very, very honored
Thank you for
that you
having
graced
me.
our. Thank you very much. So we look forward to having you maybe sometime in the future. Thank you very much.
Always my pleasure.
All right. Okay now. Good night. Good night.
Right.
All right. Good night, everyone. Yeah. Bye. Bye, everyone. The recording will be available for those that want to listen again and get everything that she said. And I really hope we got a lot from this. Like, it encouraged us, those of us that might feel like we're not making a lot of progress at the level we're at now. At least we encourage us moving forward. All right. Good night, everyone.
Thank you, Ma.
Question.
Thank you. Good night, everyone.
All right. Yeah.